ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to look at this beauty right here. Every time I play this tank, it just feels better. It just feels better and better, and I love it. The community love it, and it is fantastic. I'm not quite sure on the look of the tank, especially with this camouflage. I do think it looks a bit hideous, if I'm honest. I definitely prefer the old camouflage. It just makes it more beastie, you know, it makes it look really, really beastie. And of course we are talking about the T57 Heavy. So Wargaming have changed the tank over the last sort of year or so, and they've made it an absolutely brilliant tank. So the armor profile, I mean, this is one of the most annoyingest tanks that I come across coming up against, because you look at the turret, you see some grey, you shoot and it bounces. It is very, very frustrating. The turret armor itself is 203 millimeters thick, like standard, and you got 152 on your hull. You've got 178 millimeters on the side of your turret as well, which isn't bad at all. Now I'm actually running this with calibrated shells just to up the pen a little bit. Well, I say a little bit, the pen is actually pretty decent, but even with calibrated shells, the DPM is 2,998. Now that is pretty solid for a tier 10 heavy tank, considering it is an auto loader as well. Magazine reload is 19 seconds and your shell reload is 2.5, which back in the day this used to be 3 seconds, but Wargaming dropped it down to 2.5, and not only that, but you can also get it down a little bit lower as well. So you've got 3 shells in your magazine, penetration 271 on your AP, and a whopping 374 on your heat. So your heat will get through just about anything. You've got a 400 alpha gun, 340 on your heat, and 515 on your HE. Aim time is really, really good at 2.8. Dispersion is kind of average at 0.326, and it has a nice 8 degrees of gun depression with a top speed of 35 kilometers per hour. And of course, if you wanted to drop the magazine, the intra-clip reload, you can drop it as well by 30%, and that brings it to about 1.7 seconds on your intra-clip if you run the shell reload boost. So yeah, all that aside, it is a fun tank to play, and it's one of those tanks you go out and you usually have a good battle. Now I'm going to have a quick battle here, but I'm playing it live, so anything could go wrong. Once I have this one battle, I will show you a pro replay. So I mean, it's one of those tanks that is just fantastic in every aspect. Like, it really is, considering it is an auto loader with that DPM as well. The only thing, people used to compare this with the AMX 50B, because there was both the auto loaders we had in tier 10, but you can't, I mean, they are both completely different. Yes, they are both heavies, and yes, they are both auto loaders, but the 50B was more of a quick tank. You play it like a medium, where this is more like a heavy tank. You play it more like a heavy, and that's the complete difference between both tanks. Now of course there are a lot more auto loaders out there. Like, this plays more like the Kranwagen more than the AMX 50B. But yeah, it's just fantastic, and it is one of those tanks, as I said, probably apart from this game where I'm probably going to get ripped because I am playing it live. That is usually what happens. When I'm running it with the shell reload boost as well, I kind of forget that I'm running it with the shell reload boost. Like, it's very, very annoying because it's there and I just forget to use it. Now, it's not looking good that there is, I mean, I might drop across, because I believe as long as I stay away from these guys in the middle, then that leopard was pretty much game over. In fact, I'm not even going to aim from him. I'm going to go for the AMX 5120 there. So there's one shot, there's 2 shots, and now I am on a reload. So I'm just going to back up. You can see, look, and you can get the bounces. There is a heavy tank over there, a tank over there that can deal a lot of damage, and I still managed to bounce him, and that is what this tank can actually do. Now, I don't want to go to the middle there. I'm actually going to just sit around. I've got my team with me, so I'm going to see what I can spot and what I can take out. Now, I know that there is this AMX over here somewhere. I really need him to make a move, because I know that there is a tank destroyer there somewhere. So maybe if I could just get these shots. There's one bounce, there's two, nice fire there. Can I get the third shot? Yes, I can. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the game, this is one of those tanks where at the end of the battle, you look and think, wow, how did I even get that much damage? So I am going to actually start pushing forward now. I know there is a tank destroyer over there somewhere, which we've just found out. Can I get that shot? Ooh, not quite. So I want to hide from at least, yeah, I want to hide from that side, because I am getting ripped. I could be ammo-racked here, so I do need to be careful, because I haven't got a repair kit. And I don't know where these tank destroyers have gone. Where are these tank destroyers gone? And all of a sudden, it isn't looking good. We can actually lose this game. Can I get this shot here? No, I don't. But I still managed to bounce a shot from the side. So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to reload. I'm going to reload at this point, because I really want to wait for my repair kit. And I have now. So where am I going to go? There's a grill somewhere. There's the M60. There's no point me coming out just yet. And I know where the FV is over there. The scent's over there. So, do you know what? I'm going to make a move. I've got to make a move. If I just sit there, I'm just going to get ripped apart. At least if I can get into a stronger position, I might be able to get some shots off. I really want to go to the middle. I really want to go to that middle there, because we are losing. And there are a couple of lower hit point tanks. And hello, can I get these shots? There's one. This is where the shell reload boost really comes in handy. Hello. Right, so this isn't actually looking good for me now. So I'm going to go for a reload anyway, and just hope for the best at this point. Hopefully I don't get attacked by these tanks, but I am now a one-shot. So it hasn't gone too well for me this game. It hasn't gone too well. We are losing, unfortunately. I am now spotted, unfortunately. So not really much I could do at this point. He's a one-shot. It'd be nice if he come over. He's dead. That could help. That could help a lot. Right, I'm just actually trying to focus now. Yeah, nice bait. But at this point, it is a game over, unfortunately. But, you know, it's still almost 3k damage. And I'm going to die from that guy. Yeah, it's a no chance now. There's no chance to win this game, unfortunately. But, yeah, it is what it is. Unfortunately, sad, yeah. But yeah, all round, I mean, you could see we had the bounces. I didn't put myself in a decent position. Maybe if I wouldn't have took the damage and gone straight to the middle first, we might have been a bit more successful. But we still done 3k damage. We still done 3k damage, which is why I wanted to play this game. And yes, we didn't do the best, and yes, we didn't get a win. But this is not what I was showing. I wanted to show that you can just pick up damage, and by the end of the game, everyone is normally surprised, like, how did I get that much damage? And that's going to be the same with this game here. This game, he plays it a lot better than I does. He puts it in a really fantastic position. Now, personally, I do love coming to this position here, because you can get the side shots, you can get bounces on your turret, but usually this kind of position is better for a tank with an extremely strong turret, you know, like a Kranwagen. Now, this does have a strong turret, but it's not the best. You can still be penetrated. There are a lot of weak points on the turret, so you can't rely on that turret. Yes, you can get bounces, but you can't rely on that armor. So being in a position like this is usually better for a tank like the Kranwagen. Now, this pattern is being very brave, just sitting out in the open. And again, it's then kind of opportunities. That shell reload boost really does come in handy, because you can just track him, and then you'll be able to get the other two shots off very, very quickly. As I've said, 1.7 seconds between each shell. So when it comes to, as I've mentioned earlier with the the legendary camouflage. Now, I do like what Wargaming are doing, where before they used to just bring sort of one legendary camouflage out for a tank, and then the next update they bring some more. But over the last couple of months, they've actually been bringing multiple legendary camouflages, which is good, because like if you don't like the normal, like this camouflage here, if you don't like this camouflage, then you are able to get the one that looks hideous if you like that kind of thing. But of course it is all to do with money. The more camouflages Wargaming bring, there are a lot of people out there that collect camouflages, believe it or not. Even if they don't use them, there are a lot of people out there that do collect legendary camouflages, like Fizzy was one of those that he had to have everything. You know, he had to have every freaking camouflage out there. So that's great for Wargaming, because Fizzy was going to buy it, even though he's not going to use it. But it also gives, you know, the chance to, the option. And that's what people want in this game. They want options. They don't want to just stick with that. And if that's the only option, people might not like this camouflage. But if they want a legendary camouflage, then they're going to have to use it. So the fact that Wargaming are bringing out now multiple legendary camouflages, it is decent. You know, if you don't want them, you don't have to buy them. So yes, it is all about money, but people like them, and it's no skin off your teeth, because you get to not buy it if you don't want it. Simple. So this game so far, I mean, yes, he's done a little bit, but it hasn't done an awful lot. And there's only 3 tanks left. It's a 2 versus 3 at this point, and he's on 4.3k damage. So he's only blocked 1 shot. So the armor profile, I mean, I'll say the armor hasn't worked this game, but he's lost a little bit of hit points, but he hasn't been in the situation where he can get those bounces. But I'm sure, give the opportunity, then he will get some more bounces. So here comes the Type 68, beautiful first shot there. And again, this is where that reload boost, that shell reload boost really comes into hand. Look how much damage, 1600 damage in just over 3 seconds. And look, the Sheridan clears him. He was almost full hit points, almost. And like 3 seconds, he's done. He's absolutely done. And I was saying a minute ago, where this guy's done just over 4k damage, he's now on 6,300 damage. Now, sadly, the only thing you need to really watch out for on autoloaders is when you are reloading the magazine, look at your shells, because that guy was reloading and he only had 1 AP shell left. So when it reloaded, it only reloaded 1 shell. So then he shoots that 1 shell, and then he has to reload a full magazine again. So do really pay attention to that, because sometimes that is a matter of life or death, literally. I've seen people lose like a 9k damage battle because they haven't reloaded or they haven't checked the shells that they were reloading and only reloaded 1 shell. So do take notice of your shells when you are reloading. Even if you're in the middle of reloading and you notice that there is only 1 shell, just switch shells. Just switch shells. You'll reload the 3, and then you can swap. Just be very careful. But overall, very, very beautiful game there from our guy driving the T57 Heavy. A fantastic tank, and definitely worth grinding. Let me know your thoughts on the T57 Heavy. Hope you love the tank as much as I do. Leave your comments below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. But for now, I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.